Pringle is a disciple of mine who has been, she is going through a very difficult trial of the spirit right now.
Well, I would think so. Have you read some of her emails and the language she uses? She sends us emails.
Listen, I don't touch the computer. She does what I tell her to write. Sometimes she goes off and does things on her own, which is like a willful woman do. Women who don't really know their place. Sometimes even those who know have been shown their place will go and do willful things. If you don't, this is why I tell men you must take command of the will of your woman. If you don't command the will of your woman, you're going to get run down. Just like Abby did.
JC, you are in so far off.
I am not far off. Don't you tell me how far off I am. You were a criminal kleptomaniac, and you were peeping at this bathroom window the other night with Art Bell on my compound. We have pictures of it. Pictures.
Oh, you do?
Yes, I do.
I would love to see those.
Peeping in on an 83-year-old woman. How dare you? How dare you? And you did steal from Art Bell, and you got I promoted too.
You know, I've never seen Art Bell when he had money in his wallet. Ever.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
You're a criminal. Why didn't you ever tell the audience about your criminal past, Mr. Nori?
And what might that be?
Your criminal underworld dealings in St. Louis, which is why you were chosen to be the pickpocket enforcer thug, because when Mike Siegel ran the show into the ground,
you know what?
Art Bell went to the devil and saved
my God.
you were done with it. Save it.
Can I tell you something? Hey, don't ever use the name of anybody in a negative way on this show again. Mike Siegel happens to be one of the greatest talk show hosts in the country, who is one of the best when it has to do with hard news. This is a different kind of a show, and you, JC, should be ashamed of yourself and maybe deeply put away. You are on the air. Where are you calling
Mr.
from?
Norris, I am calling because there is an emergency situation here. And you know what I'm talking about.
No.
This is.
I know who you are, but I don't know what the emergency situation is.
God, Mr. You know.
No.
Edna has gone AWOL. And I know that you and Art Bell are responsible for this.
We've captured her.
Yes, she fled the compound with about $10,000 of the voters' money, and now we don't know where she is, and I know you are harboring her.
She wanted to get away from you, JC. Do you blame her?
She became corrupted by the pornography and the evil things that your people were sending to her on the website. She shut down our website. She ran off with someone she met in your chat room on your string link. And this is what happened because I knew the dirty internet would corrupt her.
You mean Edna has run off with one of my Streamlink members?
I presume so. That's what the evidence points to.
With $10,000?
One of your chat rooms.
JC, I'm sorry to hear this.
It's an emergency. Hey, your call center insulted me by accusing me of being an alcoholic. I cannot believe such things.
Shame on you.
What I need is, I'm confronting you. I know Art Bell is there, but he's hiding in the shadows, pulling strings.
Yo, he's pulling my strings, JC.
Yes, you readily admit it. This is another thing, is that she was being degenerated by degenerate authors that you had on your program. Dr. Tess rested, she had a bundle of her books that we were going to burn.
I'm tangled up in these strings, JC.
Excuse me?
I'm tangled up in these strings. They need to... There, go ahead.
I was talking about degenerate authors you had on your program. Degenerate pornography that has been...
Wait, I have never had a pornographer on my show, and you know
had Pamela Anderson on your show. Do not tell me you've never had a porno star.
She was talking about animal rights.
She was in... You know what... Are you aware, Mr. Boyd?
Yes, JC, I'm aware. I'm sure, I know. Yes.
With her and Billy Lee, her husband. Tommy, who got burned by God recently.
He just got burned, that's true.
God punished him, and I am so glad that he did. Shame on you, Tommy Lee. Sinner, now listen to me. You're not listening to me.
I am listening. I don't know how to find Edna Pringle. I don't know where she is.
Well, I know, because there are people in your audience that agree with me, and I need them to send an email to boilingpitsofsewage@yahoo.com. Boiling Pits of Sewage, so if they see Edna. Because, listen, she was listening to rock and roll music I should have known a week ago when I walked in her room, and she was sitting there listening to this. She was listening to the Pointer Sisters, the song I Am So Excited, I Can't Hide It, I'm gonna lose control and I think I like it. It was so easy that message is giving the children.
JC, maybe she doesn't want to come back to you. Did you ever think about that?
God told me that he's not going to tell me where she's at. I have to find her. And I know to start with you and our mail and your degenerate, guilty listeners that have kidnapped her, an 83-year-old woman. She was last seen on the back of a motorcycle with some bikers doing obscene gestures at all of us.
Were you in love with her?
No, I'm not in love with her, but she's a servant. Once you're in clamps, you don't get out. The Christian Legion Against Media Pornography does not allow for you to leave. And we are having to forego our move to Idaho in order to locate Anna because she took off with $10,000 of God's money.
How much was in the till?
We have a lot more than that, but she took off with 10 grand.
Cash?
Cash! I only deal with cash.
Where'd you get that kind of money?
I have followers. God makes a way for the faithful, Mr. Roy. And I'm telling you right now, release her.
If I could find her, I'd tell her you were looking for her.
I know where she's at. She's with you at the compound.
I'm not in a compound.
What kind of spell did Ramona put on her?
I have no idea.
Well, yes, you do. Why didn't you ask your master, who's on his meter all the time? He's trying to forego the corporate broadcasting channels that you're supposed to go through and propagating lies all over the world.
Don't you go after Mr. Bell when he's not here to defend himself.
Well, when is he going to be there? When's he going to get out?
He'll be here in another
Get back on the air.
in another Sunday or so. You can call him and
Another
harass
Sunday
him.
or so. Listen to me, Mr. Norrie. This is an emergency situation. Do you realize what you've done? You're trying to turn people against me.
No, I'm not. I happen to be one of the righteous ones.
I am righteous.
So am I.
And then you could have all this anti-government propaganda, the whole thing about 9/11, and I just don't understand where you're going with your program, Mr. Norrie. You need to be helping America.
I am helping America.
How?
We're trying to bring out the truth about everything, JC.
About everything. Why don't you bring out God's truth? Why don't you give your show to me and allow me to bring out the new revelation?
If you want to call in once in a while and spout off about the new revelation, you're more than welcome.
I'm not spouting off. I'm in so busy you would say that. How dare you?
JC, it's the first time you hung up on me. Last time, hung up on you. If anybody sees an 83-year-old woman on the back of a motorcycle with about 10 grand in her purse or in her pocket, send us an email. Send us to me, George at coasttocoastam.com. Maybe I'll just pass that on to JC, who's obviously quite concerned about Let's go to our wildcard line. You're on Coast to Coast. Hi there.
Norrie B, Mr. Norrie.
Well, if it isn't JC.
It is IJC, and I want to put a question to Mr. Scientist here tonight.
You?
Yes, I want to ask know-it-all. Where do you get 1,000,000 years that we've been here 1,000,000 years? Where is your proof?
This
and
is
I want
JC,
to ask the
isn't it?
question, and I want to have an answer, and I will rebuttal.
Okay.
Where do you get 1,000,000 years?
Where do I get 1,000,000 years for what?
For existence of this planet. How do you verify
I
that?
don't even think he brought that up, JC.
I did hear you say 1,000,000. You know what? Let me tell you what. Where's your proof?
Well, you've got to get your facts right. First of all, I didn't say the planet had been around for 1,000,000 years.
You
It's
said
been around.
1,000,000 years.
No, I didn't. And you don't get your facts right. It's hard to argue. I said that human race in its modern form has been around for 1,000,000 years. I said the planet has been around for 4.6
And
million.
where is the documentation on that?
Well,
Because
you put a question mark over your credibility right away. The
No,
first
don't
person
not question my credibility. Let me tell you my proof and where my documentation is. The Holy King James Bible. And you know what? My proof comes from God, and I think that you know why I can trust God? Because he's a man you can take at his word. That's why.
Well, you know what, JC, I believe you could.
Would you listen to me?
Well, he's
You
trying
can
to.
take God at his word. And his word is truth. Absolute, indisputable proof. Where's your indisputable proof? Sir?
Answer now?
Yes, you may. If you
Okay.
have an answer.
I believe in God too. I believe, but I also
You may shock him with that, David, so
Well,
I
I-
just go easily.
Okay,
Did you
terrible.
go to church?
Sorry?
Were you in church?
I
Did
did
you
the
say
right-
Sunday?
JC, you don't have to go to church to believe in God.
Yes, you do.
No, you don't.
Yes, you do.
No, you don't.
You go to church and you tithe.
I was in church last Sunday.
What time?
What time?
Yes, what time were you in church, sir?
The service starts at 10:30, but I'm not
Well,
sure.
10:30. That's laziness. You need to be in early worshiping. I go in before the sun comes up and I don't get out of there till after noon.
This is
So
like
I think I'm a little bit more enlightened in talking about the Lord than you, someone who doesn't bother to get up out of bed to go to church until 10:30.
all right, JC. We'll let you go, JC. He calls every once in a while, baby. You are probably the most honored guest to get a phone call from him asking you a question.
What did I sit down for, by the way?
Jesus Christ.
Oh, you the original. Well, I mean, how can we argue that?
So you were in bed while services.
I'm honored to have that message.
You are the first.
Hmm?
Oh my. Wild card line, you're on the air with us.
Yes, hello?
Hello, JC.
Yeah, I am called because God wanted me to get through tonight. I picked up my phone and dialed, and He wanted me to get through to put this person in check. I'm going to tell you, Mr. Diamond, Brother Diamond, who are you to think that you have the exclusivity on salvation? Where do you get off saying that your way is the only way when you know full well that I am God's 10-star general and that my way with God through the new revelation is the only way to salvation? You have not laid out any promise. You have not given any strategies how you're going to combat the enemy. You have not laid out a plan against pornography. You have done absolutely nothing to convince me that you are the one who is bringing forth salvation. All you are is a liar, self-impressed blasphemer, and I want to tell you right now that I want to ask you where you get off saying that your way is the only way. You know that my way is the only way, or the highway. You're really insulting me.
Brother Diamond? I think Brother Diamond has left us.
That's what happens when you exercise the devils. You see, the thing is that Brother Diamond was a deceiver. He was a demonic deception.
You made him disappear, JC.
I've exercised him. He is in white clean. Yeah, I want everyone out there in the Coast to Coast audience to forget the words of this man. And you got to understand that he is a liar. He is impostulating the truth. When I am the one who is bringing forth the new revelation, when I dialed, God said, you've got to get through tonight to set the record straight so that the impostulator would not continue his impostulations. And the thing is, he hasn't done
I
anything.
think we found him, JC. Are you there, Brother? There he is. There you two
You
are.
have the nerve to come back after I so resoundingly put you in your place. You have the nerve to speak to me? What rank do you hold in God's army, brother? Is this actually a live person I'm speaking to?
This is a live person, believe me. This is a live
So
person.
I missed, what's your question?
Well, he wants to know.
Don't try to dodge my question. You're ducking
He
me.
may not have
You're a
heard.
coward.
I didn't hear your question.
Diamond, you're a coward.
What's your question?
Sir, are you a homosexual?
No way.
You sound like a homosexual.
JC, let's not go there.
Well, he does.
Let's not go. You asked him a
He's
specific
spreading lies.
question about.
Spreading lies. No, sorry.
Spreading lies.
No, I'm not the one spreading lies.
No, listen to me. Are you the giver of the new revelation? You're not, are you? No, you're not.
No, I'm just holding fast to the traditional teachings of the Catholic Church, like St. Paul says in 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 15.
Let me ask you, sir.
He says
In the traditional Catholic Church, that is a complete, and we all know that Catholics are full of spirits and crazy at that.
there are a lot of people who claim to be Catholics, they're not
You're full of
Catholics.
spirits, sir.
There are a lot of people who claim to be Catholics, they're not
You're a
Catholics.
demon worshippers.
No,
You don't get to God by going around lighting candles.
no, the point is that, and you don't get to heaven by saying that I believe in Jesus and then breaking his commandments, or that
Sir, how many broken today? How many new commandments have you broken? Well, one of the new commandments I'm giving you right now is to follow the new revelation.
Your religion condemn right in the Bible.
No,
You see that a man is justified by works?
Listen, my religion is a living, breathing faith.
Read James 2 verse 24.
Don't try to quote scripture at me.
That's what I just
Don't
did.
you do. Don't do it. I told you not to do it. Who are you?
Where did you get this?
How dare you to
The
take the Catholic
Catholic Church
scripture
reads you the books of the Bible. That's why you got the Bible. Why do you believe in the Bible? You believe in the Bible because the Catholic
I believe
Church
because
gave
it's
you
the
all
word of
this.
the Lord.
Right, but where did that? I could come up with my own book and say this is the word of God. Why would you believe that?
Have direct communication. So I'm telling you, don't try to put out a book. Don't you
accept the Catholic
Church.
No, you accept the Bible because the Catholic Church believes in the Bible is the inerrant word of God. That's where the Bible. Where did the Bible come from? Who gave you the Bible?
God gave
Right, God gave you the Bible book. The books of the Bible. Why do you accept those particular books of the Bible? By what authority?
By what authority? By God's authority.
Right, but the thing about it is that, well, how do you know that those books
What
are
do you mean?
inspired?
You don't know who gave the Bible? Listen, you got
No. You're the one.
You don't want to know that God gave the Bible, right?
God gave us the Bible, but the Catholic Church gave us those particular books.
Oh, wow. You don't even know who gave the scripture.
You believe in faith alone?
me?
You believe in faith alone?
What's wrong?
No.
You don't even know who gave the scriptures. You're a moron.
You're a moron.
Well, that's just between you two, I guess, at this point. Brother Michael, that's JC, by the way.
Well, it's just, unfortunately, another heretic.
You don't think you could wheel him into your side?
He'd be about one of the last persons, probably, on Earth.
Do you think he's on his way to hell?
I know he's on the road to hell.
JC is on his way to hell. He'll call back again because of that. He's to the right. Where'd you go, by the way? How did we lose you for a few moments?
But just, someone, just got the wrong line here.
Okay, very good. Let's go to our wild card line. You're on the air with us.
George, it's JC. I'm back.
What are you back?
Again, and I just wanted to tell this person why he's going to go to hell. Sir,
Now, I don't need to hear your heretical
for you
teaching.
to call me to say that I'm a heretic,
You are a
put
heretic.
you in the boiling pits of sewage, boy. I'm going to be there personally, right by God's side as we throw you in.
No, you
Right into
won't.
the boiling pits of sewage. You've done nothing tonight except you come across to me, you sound like a like one of them slick fleecers. You're trying to fleece these people. What are you selling, sir?
You're trying to
I don't sell
false
anything.
message.
I sell absolutely nothing. What are you selling? How much are you selling?
No, you can tell what we're selling. We
You
just
tell
basically
people
give all that stuff away.
Aren't you a high flute author, sir?
Look at this stuff. We're giving this stuff away. We're not trying. We're
How
just
much do
trying to
you
give
charge
you
for
the
your
message.
books, sir?
You obviously
Answer the question. Don't dunk me.
You believe in faith
A
alone, right?
Christian tells the truth, and you are avoiding me. Answer the question. How much?
No, you answer the question. I don't need to answer your
How much
question.
do you take from your
No.
flock?
Give me a break.
You take from them. How much?
No. You believe in faith alone, right?
I believe in the new revelation. I believe that I am God's 10-star general in the war against media pornography, and I'm jumping up and down now because I've got the spirit of the anointing on me. And I'm telling you that you're going to hell. You're going to burn. The Lord pits of sewers are going to open up, and they're going to stab you down, and the devil will put your body up.
What's your authority? You claim to be infallible? You claim to be infallible?
I'm close enough to Jesus to judge you as going to
You
hell.
don't claim to be infallible. Your word means nothing.
Judge you as going to hell, sir.
Well, that means nothing.
Closer than you will ever be. Closer than your lying, dirty, dog mouth will ever be, son. You are
You're the one that leads.
JC, I've got to get you on the air with Aaron Donahue, a Luciferian. That would be a classic.
Bring him on! I told you I wanted Oscar. I want Oscar. This is an open challenge for Oscar. Come on. Bring it. Let's get it on. Let's get it out in the open. And let's have a battle for the game.
We will have
Battle
this.
for the hearts and minds of every coach.
All right. By the way, did that ever show up?
I will have that battle subject to new revelation before this is done.
Where's that? Did she ever show up?
No, she's off with her biker friends, and they occasionally make raids into the compound and steal food and money and other supplies as they need it. But we got like a running war. We've like circled the wagons, but every now and then they make a raid in, but I'm trying to get it back. And I know that your Coast to Coast listeners know, and they need to send to the blowing pits of sewage at yahoo.com and tell me where she's at.
We'll find it. JC, you and I may get along every once in a while.
Help her.
All right, JC. See you.
Goodbye.
All right, Michael, that's one of the things with Coast to Coast. When we open up the phone lines, we do. Your website again is?
www.mostholyfamilymonastery.com.
Very good. Well, Michael, thanks for taking the brunt of some of these calls.
No problem.
Okay, thanks. I appreciate you being on the program. You didn't take its shots, did he not? My God, with JC. Jason. Did you know, Tom, he was coming back in the second time? He did not. Unbelievable. Okay, well, that wraps it up for tonight. For Dan Galante, Steve Card, Tom Danheiser, Lisa Lyon, Lex Logan, Sean Ladesseur, even Ian Punnington, Art Bell, and Ross Mitchell. I'm George Norrie. Somewhere out there on Coast to Coast AM. I'll see you on our next edition. Until then, be safe, everyone.
All right. Let's go here and say hello. You're on the air on Coast to Coast.
The love of the Lord is upon you again, Mr. Bell. Hail
good
is
Lord.
J.C. West of the Third God's 10-star general on the war against media pornography. And I'm calling tonight to, I don't know why you are not defending the bravest man in Hollywood tonight who is taking a stand for Christians everywhere and is being persecuted because he is a Christian. Mel Gibson. They framed him, they're persecuting him because he made the most beautiful movie ever, The Passion of the Christ.
Oh, Passion of the Christ was indeed a beautiful movie. They're not persecuting him because
Yes,
of
they
that.
are.
They are upset with him over the remarks made during his arrest.
Well, he has freedom of speech, and I don't think he told one lie while he was being arrested.
Well, hey, buddy, you've got freedom of speech too, and you abuse it all the time.
I do not. How dare
You
you?
do so?
Was I not correct about global warming? Now the methane bubbles are bubbling up from the blowing pits of sewage. They're bubbling up, and now...
You never called that global warming. You were talking about the pits of sewage in hell. You never connected that to global warming. Don't be twisting words, JC. Come on. Don't be twisting words, JC. Come on.
Sir, we know that these methane bubbles are coming from the center of hell, directly from hell where all the dirty pornographers are. And I'm going to talk about Mel Gibson has the courage to make Christian movies about Jesus. He won't make the filth that Hollywood wants. They want these movies with gay cowboys that give them a Academy Award. And now, that movie has forever, it was a direct attack on the American icon, a direct attack on America itself because the image of the cowboy is America. And
If there's any attack that's been made on Mel Gibson, he brought it on himself, bud. He brought it on himself.
Mel Gibson?
Yes.
He's a hero. He didn't tell a lie, did he?
Well, the heroic thing that he may have done, JC, is to have made an actual apology. Instead of saying, I apologize to those that I may have offended, he made an actual apology.
And now they're making up apologies for him. He shouldn't be apologizing. He should be standing up before us and proclaiming his righteousness and his truthfulness. Why is it that
Well, in that case, you must be upset with him. JC, slow down. You must be very upset with him. In view of the sincere apology, and most people do view it that way, that he made, I would think you'd be very upset with him.
I'd be upset with him if he's turning tail and running from the truth of his original words.
Well, how else would you interpret
Canadian
JC?
and the homosexuals? Yes, sir.
Yeah, cool your methane for a moment. How else would you interpret his sincere apology?
I would say that it's a fake. That he's not apologizing, and that they framed him in the first place. Wasn't the offending officer one of those New World bankers that arrested him and framed him, and they were stalking him, and they're trying to get paid because he made a Christian movie that told the truth about what they did.
A New World banker? Most cops don't make a whole lot of money, and I doubt he was a New World banker.
We're talking about the Jews, and listen, they when you deny their so-called Holocaust, they get offended. But every day they deny the Holocaust of Jesus and get away with it. How dare them?
Well, you're not telling me you deny the Holocaust, are you?
Well, it's a dubious question.
It's a dubious
It's a Holocaust. How do we know? Were you down? Did you see any of it?
You're a Holocaust on the line.
Excuse me? How dare you?
I absolutely
to bring love forth. I'm trying to
Trying to bring love forth?
Love, yes. And I'm trying to save America.
You are, huh?
Yes, from the dog pornographers, and you're talking about that the food porn is just pouring out of the TV sets, and you got George North talking about his prostate problem. How's that helping people in America?
I don't know. I suppose the people with prostate problems are helping.
It's disgusting and it's disgusting.
It's disgusting. You just made a new word, JC. Disgusting.
I'm trying to make a point about how Hollywood is ruining the image of America. I like to dress in a country and western style, and I wear a cowboy hat. And now I can't go to the tax store without worrying about someone looking at me thinking I might be a homosexual because they have those movies about gay cowboys.
Yeah, I saw that movie. I wasn't particularly impressed.
You watched it. That was a direct attack by a Taiwanese communist with Canadian actors where they filmed it in Canada. It makes sense where the queers run wild.
Oh, JC, how can you be so full of hate?
I am not full of hate. I am full of love because I'm watching.
You are full of hate, JC. It comes spewing forth from your lips like the methane out of the ocean bottom. I said it
I just
comes.
want love and purity to come back to America. I'm saying, your listeners were so disgusting they turned Edna against me. She's on the run with a biker.
Wait. Edna has left you for a biker?
You didn't know that she fled the compound with $10,000 of the Lord's money? Yes.
Wait a minute. The Lord's money?
Yes.
It sounds a lot like you're claiming.
Lord and I, we work together.
Lord and you work together.
People question the new revelation. Let me tell you.
What do you think Edna's doing?
Well, I think she's doing pornographization for one thing. I don't know. I'm trying to get back to it.
How carefully, JC, did you screen Edna before you, got together with her? I assume. Let's find out. Were you and Edna actually married?
You dare to incline such things. If you only knew what you were insinuating.
Were you actually married, JC, or were you living in a state of sin?
No, not sin. How dare you? You know I am so sinless. You know I'm the most pure and righteous man on the entire planet. I'm not in the state of sin. And my original wife, who left me, who tried to get a divorce for I don't know why.
Wait. Your original wife, JC? Your original wife?
Grandma Webster is burning in the boiling pit of sewage because she used to watch Liberace. And so I have a vested stake in keeping homosexuals off our TV and pornographers off of our TV and Canadians off of our TV.
You know, you talk so much about homosexuality, JC, that frankly, I wonder a little bit.
Oh, how dare you! You are insinuating all forms of insultation, Mr. Brown.
No, it just seems to me, your calls are just packed full of this.
Excuse me?
I said your calls are just absolutely packed full of this. You know, you protest a little much, JC.
Let me tell you something, Mr. Bell. I'm trying to save America here. But the boiling pits of sewage, pretty soon those volcanoes, the boiling sewage is going to come up out of the volcanoes. Didn't I predict floods and fires and fantastic famines and everything? I called it, didn't I? My predictions always come true, Mr. Bell. And you know that God's talking directly to me, and I'm bringing the new revelation. And when I told God, I said, God, listen, I know you said you're going to write another book. This is what people try to attack me with everything.
Hey, wait a minute, Edna. I'm getting a vision. That is to say, JC, of Edna right now. I think she's in a little red. She's in a little red sports car, JC, purchased with $10,000 of the Lord's money, and I see a young man right next to her.
Oh no, she took off with a dirty biker.
All right, JC, thanks for the call. We've got a break. How unfortunate. We could have continued with this. See you later, JC. From Manila in the Philippines. I'm definitely fully awake now. I'm Art Bell. This is Coast to Coast AM.
Next up, let's go to our wild card line. Welcome to Coast. You're on the air.
Yes, for the love of the Lord is upon you again. It is I.
Not you again.
The third God's 10-star general in the war against media pornography. I'm going to set you straight tonight, George. I am holding in my hands a letter that I have received from Edna Pringle.
Edna, finally, she is arisen.
I have a mind to read it to you and just to let you know how low she's gone. But first I want to point out to you that the reason you were getting on all of these stations is because you were using your criminal connections to to bully people into putting your station on it. That word on the street is you sent one of your goons after Rusty Humphries today and tried to have him beat up in the parking lot.
I have no goons.
Yes, you do. Mr. Norton, let me tell you how it goes around the table. When you sit there with your goons, and you don't give any direct commands, you always just sort of say, so-and-so were to have an accident.
Well, that's presidential. That's presidential. Oh, you're ridiculous.
You insult me again, and then because the other night you didn't even defend me against Brother Diamond called me a moron.
Wait a minute. I was the one who put you on, JC. Now, you know that I am as close to righteousness as you can get.
How dare you? That's insulting. Well, I'm going to read. You have degenerated one of my followers into the sewer. Now, are you going to let me read this letter?
For a moment, you sounded like Mr. Haney on Green Acres.
Who?
Mr. Haney.
Are you going to let me read this letter?
Well, it depends. Is it pornographic?
No, I would say some of it is salacious, but there's nothing
Well,
pornographic.
I would ask you because there may be children listening, JC,
Well,
that you
I'm
changed
going to
some.
with this. But